Welcome to the Miraco Review. Today, my name's Robert Fields. I'll be sharing with you some things of Miraco to get you more in line for the future of buying a tank and understanding our products better. Miraco was made in the U.S. since 1974. It's a polyurethane construction product, has a 5-year warranty. It is an approved vendor with NRCS. So all the states and local affiliations to NRCS, we're approved a vendor for EQIP. Resistance to corrosion. It's the first injected molded tank of its kind on the marketplace. And all of our tanks uses the same valve assembly that comes with the tank at the time of purchase for installation.
Hi, I'm Wes Chisholm with Gallagher, and we're here today to talk about Miraco ball style waters. Our waters are energy free, and what that means is there's no heater required. As long as they have the proper carrying capacity, they will continue to water circulate, and you'll never have a problem with freezing or frost. This 2 to 3 inches of insulation is pulled through to create no voids, solid insulation. Now, the bottoms themselves are actually a slope sealed bottom. So you'll see the insulation here, but the slope of it makes for easy cleaning. Now, the other nice thing about these tanks is the way they're designed to help you train cattle that have never been on waters before. Each one has a groove channel to allow these balls to roll back out of the way so cattle don't fight them when they're trying to drink. 3390 and some of the other models actually have top covers that come off. Those covers, when they're removed, allow cattle to drink like it's a trough style. And lastly, they have pinholes to actually pin the balls back, or you can remove the balls until cattle are used to drinking from them. Now, the balls themselves are a key component to these tanks. They're high visibility when they sit up top, let you know if the water tank is full and you're not having any problems. They're also insulation filled like the tanks, so they won't freeze and cause a problem either. Lastly is the color of the tank themselves. These tanks are algae resistant, and the color of them keeps the water cool in the summer and the water warm in the winter. Make sure your cattle are getting plenty of water even on those hot or cold days.
Hi, I'm Brad, and we're going to go over open trough waters. What's great about the Miraco open trough waters are there is a wide range of little and big spring models for multiple species. All of these tanks come with one-piece construction, vacuum filled insulation, float bottoms for easy cleaning, easy open lids with no tools required, handy access panels to get to all of your utilities, the new circulating hole, which allows you to have less freezing during the winter. Everything is included from the ground up for your assembly of your water, and heater kits are available for all models of open trough waters.
I'm Robbie Johnson. I'm just going to visit with you about Miraco's valves and heat tubes. All of our Miraco valves come standard with our high pressure valve. Low pressure valves are available upon request. These valves are a one-piece construction, a very simple and easy valve. Not much maintenance to it, very easy adjustments can be made to the valve and the float. The heat tubes, they are easily stackable. Depending on your climate, for colder climates, you may need to stack 2 of these. They do have 2 inches of insulation. They are a 30-inch tube with a 14-inch diameter. To meet recommended usage with your open tanks or your ball tanks, make sure you do install these. They're an extra insurance for your tank. It's easier to have them in the ground than not have them at all.
We hope you've learned some things today as we went through our different models of Miraco tanks, both ball and trough. Now we're going to share with you some tips and tricks to help installation and, keep things easy for you.
It's very important that you flush the line for the valve debris. One of the things that we always get calls about is people hook up their tank, don't clean out the line, debris gets in the valve, causes problems for the valve not to work right. The other thing that's very important during installation is to put shut the water or ball valve off prior to servicing, but put a ball valve in. It comes in a valve assembly bag when you buy your tank. Every tank that's bought at retail gets the valve assembly bag at the purchase at the time you buy the tank. Everything in there that you need is ready to be installed from that valve assembly. Make sure that this ball has the movement and flexibility for the cattle to push it down and drink. If you get way too much pressure in the tank and the seep holes have water coming out, you'll understand that your float's set too high, your balls are way too tight on your tank. The adjustment needs to be made on the wing arm and the float to get water out of the tank to readjust the ball setting correctly.
The other thing to be sure to, when you're putting in your tank, is the installation at the very front end. One of the things we've always getting asked is, how big's the pad need to be? And it depends, but a lot of times we just tell everyone to reach out to their local NRCS and state and local level and get their requirements, especially if you're trying to get that EQIP money to help offset the cost of your tank installation. But the biggest thing about those tanks is you want to make sure that concrete is level. You want to make sure it's smooth where the tank goes down so there's no airflow. And part of the way to do that is with the gasket that's provided in these tanks. The gasket will go right around the bottom of all these tank models and make sure you have a good solid seal to that concrete so you don't have any airflow getting under there to freeze your tank from underneath. The other big part of that pad is the gravel area around it. That heavy use area, as they call it, is very important to keep cattle from undercutting that pad and making it get off level. And that way your balls don't sit quite right. So if you seal the bottom of your tank and you make sure your concrete pad and your heavy use area are right, you won't have any problems with those tanks freezing.